Now go ahead, call you through to the police emergency. What's the emergency?
What's the address of the emergency?
My girlfriend's got the baby.
42, what address?
The baby's come out.
Go ahead, call. What's your emergency, please?
There's one phone number everyone knows.
Police emergency, how can I help?
What's the emergency, please?
And last year, it was dialled 31 million times.
Just prepare yourself for what could be one of the most traumatic things you're going to hear, or one of the most comedy moments that you're going to sit through.
Suze, vibrator stuck in anus.
Don't let her have anything to eat or drink, it might make us sick.
We have been with the people who tune in first to our cries for help.
Listen, you need to calm. Listen to me. Listen, you need to listen to me so we can help her.
As they made the decisions that made the difference between life and death.
We're going to pump the chest hard and fast.
1, 2, 3, 4. I just go over the call and think, have I done everything I could have done?
Jesus Christ, I think she died.
We followed the 999 calls made from Blackpool as they were passed to the police, ambulance and fire crews we were following.
Get back!
Calm down.
Have you taken any drugs at all?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all?
Positive.
Yeah, it's definitely the Wild West, all right, yeah.
Now we can hear from them how Britain and their job is changing.
I get to see the side of Britain that no one ever thinks about.
Right, mate, we're looking for a guy with a sofa. You've not seen one, have you?
I learnt a lot about what goes on in real life, to be honest.
We give the 3 emergency services the chance to look back at the jobs that have changed the way they relate to the people they're helping. And we explore how the meaning of an emergency is shifting. From an individual cry for help,
Get me somewhere safe.
to a demand to fix our avoidable and self-made problems.
I suppose it's a bit like gold mining. You shift several tons of muck and crap to find, the tiny flecks of gold. It's worth it.
In this week's episode, we review some of the key events filmed for the series, focusing on the stories that show how their world is changing.
Go ahead, call. What's your emergency, please?
Lancashire's 999 call-outs are dispatched by separate control rooms for each service.
Try and put as much pressure on that as you can.
They are the first to tune into every personal drama.
Tell everyone there is nothing they can do for him while he's having a fit. He has to have the fit.
If you start with them, you see how the 999 service has changed.
Okay.
Before I joined the police, I used to work in a call centre, and I was absolutely shocking, and that was without the pressure of 999 calls raining in your ears all the time.
Police emergency, go ahead.
You're a big fat pig!
Often, all too often, the calls that are received and fielded ain't an emergency in any way, shape or form.
Hello?
With the people who are turned for help at 4 o'clock in the morning when somebody's got a puncture or they don't know how to work the microwave.
I'm not in a credit muffin. I've never got any sleep.
Right, OK, I appreciate what you're telling me, but this is a life or death emergency line, not an I've got no credit line.
My perception's changed so much from when I was younger, and I would never have dreamed of ringing an ambulance unless somebody's head was hanging off.
I've got a bit of a problem. She's keeping my kitten and she won't let me on its back. So I was wondering what I can do about it.
It's things like somebody's just called me a slut on Facebook, and it's not what I would consider 999s to be used for.
Hearing those calls, I think, what? What are you thinking? And then I allow for the fact that they aren't thinking very clearly, or they just don't care. They've got no shame.
We've got Xbox 360 games, and they're not giving us that. Right, getting your Call of Duty back is not an emergency, OK?
The call centre is exposed to all of it, from the don't waste our time sort of calls to the most harrowing.
Are you right by him now? OK, listen carefully. I want you to get your son flat on his back on the ground and remove any pillows from under his head.
You've got to be switched on, because when that call comes in and it's something serious, you've got to make sure all the bases are covered.
Blackpool is a town that likes to party. where those who are in need of the emergency services help after a night of excess are increasingly young women. A job that came in at 4:30 a.m. on a Saturday night showed how much time and resources one call-out can use up.
Ambulance emergency.
Can you have an ambulance, please?
Right, tell me exactly what's happened.
One guy is on the floor, and he's being sick, very sick though. Being very, very sick.
Vomiting?
Yeah.
Ambulance crew, Louise Swarbrick and Erica Reynolds, were dispatched on a 999 call to the city centre.
Why do you think she's on the floor? A 21-year-old.
She might have had a few too many to drink, do we think? Or was it a dodgy burger?
Yeah. Don't want to seem too cynical. Young ladies aren't like young ladies anymore. If they're drinking like blokes, then they start behaving like them as well. Is it the lady sitting on the floor?
Maybe, yeah. They all look a bit hammered, don't they?
Hiya, you all right? That doesn't look like a panic attack. What's your name, lovey?
Shana.
Shana, do you want to come in our ambulance, darling?
No.
You don't?
It's nice and warm in there. We'll have a quick look at you.
And you'll have a bit...
I can't feel my feet.
And you'll have a bit of privacy on our ambulance, won't you? Come on. What she had to drink? Yeah. What she had to drink?
Wicked and
I'm sick.
What's happened tonight, Shauna?
I'm not. We've just been out and then we all met at the takeaway and then like 10 minutes later, she's like this. She's perfectly fine.
So she's intoxicated?
We've all been drinking, but
right.
She's never been like this before, apart from once when she had a panic attack.
She's not having a panic attack now?
I can't see.
Well, one of your eyelashes is hanging off.
They're fake.
Just get your friend to take them off for you. That's much better.
Thanks very much.
I'd like to say that I don't judge. I try not to judge, but it's really difficult. Like sometimes, although they probably don't understand what I'm saying or probably would forget what I say, I'm like, why have you done this? I'm like mothers to them all. Why have you got yourself into such a state? Do you not know how dangerous it is?
I don't even know I don't know what's happened.
I'd probably say you've had quite a bit to drink.
Yeah, I have had quite a bit to drink.
I have, and I probably will, spend 100 plus, definitely. I'm quite generous when it comes to the shots and that kind of thing. If it's 5 for a tenner, I'll get 10.
Just relax your hand. I'll put it on that one because your nail's missing off of that one.
Shots of what?
Jaeger bombs. Oh, I love them. I can't drink Sambuca. I used to be able to, but I can't anymore. But Jaeger bombs, yeah. They're too cheap. I wouldn't go out and leave myself, not being able to pay my bills or not being able to put petrol in my car or anything, which people do, and I don't agree with that. But if I've got spare money, that's what I'll spend it on. I think it's just what people generally do nowadays. They socialise and they have a drink with it. I don't think there's any harm in it. Other people might disagree.
Costing £250 to take that person to hospital. When we get them there, there's nothing the hospital can do. They just need to sober up. So I think, why are we doing it?
Persistent callers presented a problem that cost the emergency services dear.
I think somebody once told me that we only deal with 5% of the population or something or other. So to deal with only 5% is, you're probably dealing, like you say, with the same people, day in, day out.
One woman's address in Blackpool was heard over and over again. 31-year-old Lindsay Taylor was one of the most persistent 999 callers of all.
We've had Lindsay Taylor on the phone in relation to Andrew, her ex-partner. He's turned up at the address, causing problems. He wants to get back with her.
Jesus. Lindsay's one of our regular users. I think that's the fairest way to describe Lindsay. I don't think there's a Bobby who hasn't been to Lindsay's address with her on-off partner due to the issues she's got.
Her life totally relies on 999. Every time anything happens, she picks up the phone to 999 like somebody might pick up the phone to Dr. Miriam at the Mirror or something.
Fucking hell! Oh, is it you again?
It is me again. How are we? We all right?
Whoa! Stop it, Lindsay! No, police officers! Stop it. No! The police! The police!
Boy, go outside like I told you, please.
Lindsay!
You're right, you are.
For God's sake. What for?
Lindsay, put your cigarette down for us because you're under arrest.
What for?
You're under arrest on suspicion
I'm
of
not
section
giving it you.
47, DV assault.
Oi, Lindsay!
I can blow £150 in about half an hour. Serious. I'm not a cheap date.
Stop it, Lindsay! Stop it!
Sit down and behave.
Stop
Touch
it.
me again and I'll lock you up.
Stop it.
Do not grab me. Now behave.
Stop it!
Lindsay, you're not saying
Use your arms.
You fucking twat!
Yeah.
Andy! Assault against who? Lindsay, calm down and put
Calm
your
yourself
arms
right down.
down.
All right. She spat on me, yes, bless her.
There you go.
Right,
You fucking twat!
But I'll probably do it again. I'll get paid on Wednesday. So.
What's she using there?
What?
Been locked up for assault on Andrew. But we'll sort it when we get to the station, all right? We'll sort it out when we get there.
I'm not getting done for!
Cup of coffee with sugar?
No.
Just cup of coffee straight. I'll get you a cup of coffee as soon as we get you in. Come on. Watch your head.
I wish I was good. Everyone has problems, don't they? And it's life and it's how you work it.
Watch out. Step down again. There we go. This way. Round here.
Yeah.
Round here, Chuck. They're getting thrown out of your house now.
No, they're not!
They are.
No, they're not!
They are.
Ah!
Do we know this female's surname?
It's Lindsay Taylor. Sorry, Taylor Lindsay.
Was she here the other day?
Yeah, possibly.
So we've got however many Lindsay Taylors of the world in Blackpool alone. The cost's absolutely phenomenal. I'd be very disconcerted as a taxpayer to see where the money was actually going.
Lindsay, do you take sugar in your coffee?
No.
Hello, you're through to the fire service.
Oh, hiya. Somebody set a fire on the park.
And what's actually on fire, do you know?
There's two different things on fire.
Right.
They came out about an hour.
The emergency services in Blackpool fear that trivial calls use up valuable resources. The fire service's everyday 999 calls were often false alarms or minor incidents.
There's 1,000 bins scattered throughout Blackpool with readily burnable materials in them. So, you know, whether someone just throws a fag in it or whether someone just decides to light every third one that he walks past, we go to a lot of bin fires. At 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, your third bin fire of the night can be pretty annoying, but, you know, a turnout's a turnout.
Send us an informative, 2 separate incidents, but we'll deal with both.
At any one time, there are only 4 fire crews covering the whole of the Blackpool area.
Do you know who did it? Do you know idea who did it?
I don't live in that, I don't know.
And you wouldn't tell me if you did you? Would you?
I would actually, yeah, 'cause I don't know anyone around.
Paul? FDR3, rubbish, deliberate, please. 5 minutes, 1 hose reel.
But when calls flooded in about a major blaze, all available crews were immediately dispatched.
Hi, service. Oh, sorry to bother you. I don't know if you've had this reported, you probably have. I'm in Coronation Street in Blackpool. Yeah. The air is just full of smoke out there. So a social club? Yeah.
Sometimes you're turning out to something and nothing, and other times you think it's something and nothing, and it ends up quite a big job.
Yeah, it's just smoke from Traders Club. It's off Central Drive.
Yeah, is it an interroad area?
45 firefighters were sent to the incident at the Trades Social Club in Blackpool.
Until you get on the pump and you see what it is you're going to, you do get a mixture of emotions. And when you realise that it is something quite serious, you sort of switch on.
Oh, there's definitely adrenaline rush, without a doubt. And pretty much within 2 minutes of being on the road, we could smell it. The first thought was it is a large fire and it'll probably get bigger before it gets smaller.
What you up to? Get yourself down here!
When we saw the smoke coming out of every single gap and window, we knew that it was going to be a long night.
Jesus Christ. We're just recovering jet at the moment, so just hang fire.
First thing for us is always crew safety. It's no good sending firefighters into a building that might be dangerous.
Hey, have you seen flames on this ground floor then?
The next thing we'll look at is if there's anybody trapped in the building. If there are people trapped in the building, that changes how we deal with that fire.
After checking with local residents, fortunately no one was trapped in the burning building. But there was a danger it could spread to all the surrounding houses.
All the windows were intact when we got there, but we had to smash those windows to make sure we could get jets through the window to put water onto a fire.
Right, get your jet on, Paul. There it is, it's in the ceiling there.
Police and paramedics were on hand to assist with the evacuation.
Oh, building on fire.
With 9 fire appliances present, over 60 emergency personnel attended the scene.
We're going to have to ask you to evacuate. We've got a McDonald's upstairs, we can use their facilities. If you want to start, get stuck getting basics.
That is the rarity when something like that comes in. Something that big. Full evacuation of the streets.
There's a chap down there, an elderly chap, a couple of doors down the edge.
I just think it was good, the way that you could see like the 3 emergency services, the way they work together.
You okay? Come down here.
I was having a lovely dream, and I thought the knocking was in my dream. But then it kept persisting, and I thought there's something wrong. So I went downstairs, and he says, "I'm giving you 5 minutes to get dressed." And then I saw all the smoke coming past. I thought, "Oh my goodness!"
Apparently somebody's having difficulty breathing in here.
We saw a light on upstairs, and we were thinking the worst at the time, actually, thinking that this elderly gentleman has been overcome with smoke as his bedroom window was open.
Hello? Hello? It's ambulance, sweetheart. We just wanted to make sure you're okay.
I bet this is a bit of a shock for you, isn't it? Being walking up to police and ambulance coming in.
They're all gathering in McDonald's down the road.
After 4 hours, the fire teams believed at last that they had the blaze under control.
We knew it was going to be hard to deal with because of the access. We're going to struggle committing breathing apparatus crews in there to put the fire out, which was really the only effective way of doing it. People have thought they've knocked the fires, oh, it'll be fine, it'll be right, and sometimes it does go wrong.
Right, we've opened this up at first floor level, and there's no flame at first floor level. It is definitely contained to the ground.
At the back?
Yes.
It's showing burning at first floor level.
Is it starting to show there?
Yeah.
The fire crew gained entry to the ground floor and were confident that the fire was contained. But there was a danger that letting air in the building would stoke the flames.
It was breathing in there and searching for something to feed it. It was waiting for the oxygen to feed it, and that's exactly what it did.
I was right.
When the fire broke through the roof of the building, I do know that not long after they came out of the building, that's when the roof went. So you start thinking, you know, if you'd have been in there another few minutes longer, you know, what would have happened?
Yeah, take some hose, and we need some hose from that hydrant down there feeding this pump jet, covering jet ASAP.
There was smoke that was leaking out, there was oxygen pulsing. And I've got to admit, I was a little bit of in awe of what happened there, because I was stood right next to it when it happened, and it was a spectacle. And then from that point onwards, the roof started melting like butter. I could feel the energy, and I could feel it from the outside, not only looking at it, but actually feel the waves that it was giving off.
I was stood on the opposite side of the road and I was sweating. Heat from it was amazing.
If we don't deal with the fire and put a stop on it there and then we're into the terraced houses that are next to it, and we're losing a block at that point.
No problem. Yeah, no.
Yeah, go ahead.
It does go to show that, you know, you take things for granted, that you put water on a fire and it goes out. And in this case, it certainly not always happens. You know, every day is a school day for me, and I like to think that I learned something, and that night I certainly did learn something.
By 8 a.m, the fire had raged for 4 hours. The club was destroyed, but the adjoining houses had been saved.
It was a large fire, and when we did do exactly what we should do, instant command system, everybody worked really hard to put it out. It was a real good job that we had firefighters up there making sure that it didn't penetrate through the trades club into the terraced houses. We saved them, because at that point the trades club was never going to be anymore. It was definitely going to go.
I left the job about 9 o'clock in the morning. So, like I said, there was a lot of people about. I think it's probably just disbelief, I would have thought at first. And, you know, I mean, it's hard to imagine a building that stood there for so long is suddenly, it's gone. And the nature of the damage to the building, I think everybody realised that it was never going to be rebuilt.
I know you're very busy tonight. It's just to make you aware, though, there's kids throwing fireworks in the street, and the one's just nearly hit my gran with my baby in.
For the emergency services in Blackpool, an increasing proportion of their work related to the behaviour of young people.
I remember a 15-year-old from Chorley. Basically, she rang up and went, my fanny's blown off, and then put the phone down.
Young people called 999 more often.
Hello, am I speaking to an adult?
Yeah.
It's the police station calling. Somebody's been ringing 999.
From my house?
Yes.
Don't be telling me you don't phone 999, do you?
And the emergency services received more calls about them.
Good evening, Lancashire Police. Karen speaking. How can I help?
Hi, I've just got two very, very young shoplifters. I just found out how old they are.
Yeah.
How old are you? 7.
7? Right. Do they know where the parents are?
No, they say they're at home.
All right. Both parents are at home. That is disgusting.
Kids are just off the rails, really. They don't seem to be kids for very long anymore. And these are our future, a lot of them, which is a bit scary. And I don't think we know how to deal with them anymore.
And when the 999 teams were called out to deal with kids, they worried that the incidents were disturbingly grown up.
Hello, ambulance. Tell me exactly what's happened. I don't know. You can see the phone. She's dying. She's what, sorry? She's actually dying. She's got blood coming out of her head.
A 15-year-old girl had suffered a knife wound in the head. Sue McGrath and Kieran Hill were immediately dispatched.
When I first started, if you went to a stabbing, everybody knew about it. All the other crews, oh, such as body's had a stab, oh, where was that? But now, it's becoming more common.
She isn't.
Immediately you think, oh, right, it's going to be a serious job.
You need to calm yourself down. Are you with her now? Yeah. How old is she? 15. When did it happen? When did it Right, you need to calm yourself. Listen, calm yourself down.
Calm down. We're coming as quickly as we can. You need to calm down.
No!
Ambulance! We're not. There's a lot of shouting going on. Do we need the police?
Excuse, I need to get out. It's my best mate. I can't handle it.
My flat, mate. It's my flat. And never go outside.
I can't get out. I can't handle it.
I know a friend came down the stairs before we went up and she nearly knocked us all flying and I can't go, I've got to get out, I've got to get out. That was the impression we got. We didn't realise it was her that had done it. Oh, what a lovely friend. She don't need any enemies, does she?
Luke, it's still pissing out there.
She's in a bad way, look.
All right, Amanda. What I think we'll do, sweet, is pop you on the ambulance and we can clean you up properly, OK?
Yeah, as well,
all right, come on, chicken. I'll help you down, come on. You're all right, sweet.
She had an horrendous amount of blood on her face, bless her.
I feel the same.
Whatever had been going on up there was horrendous.
It's all right, sweet. That's a bit cold. I'm just pressing on it has almost stopped bleeding, OK?
What time did this happen, roughly?
Just then.
Just now.
Me and my mate was having a drink. She's ended up getting a bit drunk and I've ended up talking to this lad that she likes. We've ended up arguing and we've ended up scuffling around on the floor, fighting, and then from nowhere I felt the heat on my face and that's when I knew she stabbed me.
What was it about?
Over a lad.
How long have you been friends with this girl?
About 10 years. I've met her when I was about 6 and we've been mates ever since. We used to call each other cousins.
Right, Amanda, we'll just bob you up to the Vic then and get that head sorted, OK? Won't take us long.
And so you're not friends with her now?
Yeah, I'm friends with her now.
Really?
Yeah.
How did that end up happening?
Because it was a drunken mistake, wasn't it? We were both drunk. And I don't tend to hold grudges on people. So we made up after that.
Do you think she realises how serious it is?
No. No, she just thinks that it's all fun and games, that it's just because she wasn't badly... Well, she was badly injured, but she wasn't seriously injured, that it can all be forgot about and everything's going to be all right, where next time everything might not be all right.
There you go. Right, let's get a proper clean up because I can't see it at the moment. Right, I think that's up top here.
And what did she stab you with and where did it come from?
It was a knife. She always used to carry them around with her.
What, knives?
Yeah, just in case something happened.
What, like someone looked at a boy?
Yeah, something like that. She just sits in a bag with all of her stuff.
And how big a knife?
I'd say about that big. That's just like the pointy bit, you know, the long bit, not the handle. That's the knife.
Be as gentle as I can, all right.
Pretty serious weapon.
It is.
It's like different generations. I would not tolerate that and I'd never be a friend again. But she's forgive and forgot. But maybe next time she won't be here to forgive and forget.
And that's what you worry about?
Yeah. Not worried, I'm petrified of it.
You know, we're going out to people, these girls, that could easily... You can just pull it out on anybody then, can't they? If it's that acceptable, if it's that all right to carry a knife... well, I'm shocked. That's horrendous. What do they think is going to happen? We're going to have to be even more careful then, aren't we? They're on about stab fests for us, and I can see that coming if that's what we're up against with young girls. These aren't hardened criminals, are they? Guys that are dealing drugs and what have you. These are young girls. Oh.
Poor parenting from a couple of generations back is now responsible for a massive, massive amount of how much we have to deal with because people haven't been brought up with any level of discipline.
Even the regular searches for missing kids sometimes led the emergency services in an unexpected direction.
Yeah, anything more for the description?
The two 12-year-old twin females with long blonde hair.
The number of children that we have go missing is phenomenal. Last weekend, 5 children went missing in the space of 2 hours. 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old. And then the following day, there was a 3-year-old lad went missing on Blackpool Promenade, followed by another 3-year-old lad, followed by a 5-year-old from the Pleasure Beach. And you just think, how are this many children going missing? He's managed to lose his children, his 2 children. He sent them off to the beach and carried on drinking. And now the tide's in and he doesn't know where they are.
3901. Stupid question, I'm sure, but have they got mobile? 7603.
How long ago?
So you last saw him at 5:15.
17:15, so 2.5 hours. We've got patrols out looking for your daughters, but there's obvious concerns about their welfare because the tide's come in and you've no idea where they are. Have you been drinking?
About 4 pints.
About 4 pints?
All day, yeah.
And where do you live?
Pardon?
Are you local?
No, I live in Bingley.
They're staying at the...
I'm from Bradford.
They're staying at the cliffs.
Bingley near Bradford. What's mum's name? Victoria.
We'll take a seat in my car and then we're away from all these drunken morons. Are they allowed to go out on their own when they're at home?
They don't normally. They normally go out with their mates. It depends.
Right, but they do go out without adult supervision?
Yeah, well, they do go out to meet their mates, yeah. Some daughters back.
How long are you away for?
Just for a weekend. Some daughters back.
945. Can 2 Tetra, please? Hey Sarge, I'm just wondering who we've got available to start flyering the arcades and stuff with these posters.
The tide was now all the way in, and the girls had not been seen for nearly 3 hours.
Alpha Mike 22. Yes, I'm just being told that they are at the Cliffs Hotel. Colleagues contacted the Cliffs and they're definitely there.
Right, they've turned up at the hotel, luckily for you. So I'm going to take you up there now and reunite you. Hello?
Hiya.
You alright?
Yeah.
Which one's Lauren?
Me.
Gabrielle?
Yeah.
Hiya, you okay?
Yeah.
What's happened?
Well, we were out in Blackpool, obviously, and Dad said he was staying at this pub, and then we told him we were going to the beach.
Yeah.
And then our big ball went into the sea.
Right.
And so we went in and got it. So then we were really cold, and then we went to the pub and he wasn't there, and so we got the bus, and we came back to the hotel, and we've been waiting here for about 3 hours.
Right. I need to have a chat with your mum and dad. I'm just waiting on your mum getting back. Hopefully this is her. We've been very worried about you. We've had a lot of police out looking for you in the last 20 minutes. Is it Vicky? Vicky, do you want to come around this side for me so I'm not having to twist and speak, because I need to speak to everybody. I'm a bit concerned about what's happened today, because you've been drinking, and to my mind you're a bit drunk. Okay? Have you been drinking as well, Vicky?
I had a couple of drinks, that's all.
Right.
I've only had a couple.
I know you're on holiday, and I know you want to relax, but we've had a near disaster today. These two today have been in the sea while you have been sat in a pub.
And they got told they won't...
Right, just listen to me. But if you were supervising them on the beach, they could have gone in the sea and you could have watched them, or you could have told them not to go in the sea. You can't do that while you're staring at the bottom of a pint glass, can you?
Yeah.
You've got to tell mum and dad off for the way that they've handled the situation, and all the time I'm just thinking I should really be telling these two to take good care of their mum and dad. You two, I think you've done the right thing. You've got yourself back to a place of safety. Well done. You two, you need to look at what's gone on today. There's a serious issue, isn't there? So you'll need to book your ideas up. Right, I'll leave you in peace.
Thank you.
Probably a little harsh, bit of a judgment on one little incident of their life, but that's the incident that I see, and that is what I will form my judgment on. So, sorry.
out and walk away. It's begun that way, lads, please.
The number of self-inflicted emergencies picked up by the 999 service as a result of alcohol rose sharply on paydays and at the weekends.
He's outside on a bench, shaking. Like, we asked him if he'd taken anything, and he just said 5.
5?
Can't stand up. Yeah, I don't know, like 5 pills or 5 what, I don't know.
Policing Saturday night in Blackpool was the toughest and busiest shift of the week.
¿Qué pasa? It's 10 now. You're number 10. In the queue? In the queue. Oh, cool. Because it's busy and... Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Many revellers ended up in custody and were dealt with by Sergeant Lisa Dunn.
Come 12 o'clock, that is the witching hour, and it sort of changes.
Tell you what, let's get these stinky trainers out of the way first. Have you spewed on yourself? Because quite frankly, you're covered in vomit.
It's like a zoo. That's the only way I can probably describe it.
What's your surname, please? Excuse me? Hello?
It's a mixture between a zoo and Jerry McCall's waiting room.
Oi, dickhead. Oh, give over, lad. Give over. Oh, come on, you fucking face, you buzzing! Fucking buzzing!
Joking disorderly in Blackpool. What the fuck? That's what you come to Blackpool for? You come to Blackpool to get absolutely fucking living.
I suppose it's a bit like gold mining. You shift several tons of muck and crap to find, you know, the tiny flecks of gold. And it's worth it.
And a single call had the power to change one ambulance crew's view of their job for good.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
Well, I've got Mr. Lee Knowles here. He's having he's schizophrenic and he's really freaking out here. I need some help. He just doesn't believe that he's who he is.
Is he thinking about committing suicide?
Are you all right, Lee?
It's a bit itchy.
Yeah, all right. All right, Lee, just speak to me a minute. You're all right?
Does he have a weapon?
No.
It is not known but possible that he's violent. He doesn't have a weapon, it's not a suicide attempt, he's not completely alert. The patient is in security and freaking out. There you go.
Lee, would you like to try and speak to this lady on the phone? Right, yeah, be nice. Be nice. Just tell me what you need.
Hello, love.
This is the ambulance service. Is it Lee?
Look, I'm feeling very itchy and not very happy.
You're not feeling very happy?
No, but this other person's got come through. I'm telling you, he's not... Sorry, love.
Which person?
Frederick.
Who's Cedric? Who's Cedric?
I don't want to talk to him. Yeah, I'm trying to hold in my head at the moment.
He's holding your head?
All of your instincts are alert there, really. Is he going to become aggressive?
Roger, many thanks, sir.
Is he going to get upset? Is he going to start shouting?
Lee, what are you taking your clothes off for?
What is he doing now?
He took his clothes off. His shirt's off. Right, the police have arrived.
Have they?
Yeah, is that...
Are they... It's standard protocol, obviously just in case he does become agitated at all with the crew.
It's all right. All right. Everything's all right.
All right.
Good.
Have you taken anything tonight?
Just not
Your normal medication?
Yeah.
All right. Let's sit you on here, sweet. Let's sit there for us.
I need cold.
Do you want to put this on?
I need cold.
Lee, are you cold?
I need cold.
You need the
I need
cold.
cold.
All right, sweetie, that's... Lee? Are you hearing voices?
Yeah.
What they're saying?
Out.
You hear about split personality, and I just remember his head going back and those eyes, and just even the lines on his face changed. He just looked like a different person, completely different person.
Where we are, 86 million. In drugs? Getting drugs?
I haven't.
In drugs?
What's your name, sweetheart?
Sorry.
What's your name?
Oh. My name's Frederick.
Frederick? Okay, Frederick.
Yes.
Yes, guns. You have guns, don't you?
You're right, Lee. Are you going to take a seat again?
I like guns.
Guns?
Yes. You've got any guns on you?
No, I haven't, Lee.
Shit.
Lee, do you want to just go back in the ambulance? Sit down.
Lee was childlike in a way and upset. Frederick was a more of a... You were getting ready to restrain him, really, rather than look after him, because he was in charge. Or he thought he was.
We're going to get you some help, aren't we?
Help!
Once in A&E, Lee was no longer Sue's responsibility, but she stayed with him and helped to look after him.
Sorry. Shut him up, please.
You need to apologise, do you?
Shut him up. Please
We'll
shut him up.
We'll try to. Don't think I'll ever go to anybody like him again. That's the sort of job that you do. You get a buzz after that.
Be patient with us.
More water.
You want some more water?
Sorry.
It's all right. You don't have to be sorry.
I know.
You don't have to be
What
sorry.
he's like. He keeps laughing at me.
I know he does. He's horrible, isn't he? Come on, sweet.
Some 999 call-outs, though part of a long-term pattern of self-abuse, meant the emergency crews worried that their role had shifted to become more like the social services.
Now I do want something to eat.
Yeah, I'm Hank Marvin now. I don't think I've been in my sunglasses again today.
No, you won't, mate. Good to go?
Yeah, sorted.
The first call of Dan Cross and Dave Leahy's shift was to change the course of a life.
Bridge Road at Range Park, Blackpool.
Yep.
What have you got there, please?
It's a gentleman who's feeling suicidal. The half a bottle of cider isn't doing what he's wanted to do.
When we go to any call and on the way you know it's going to be perhaps mental health related, you're possibly prepared that there's going to be that situation of unpredictability. And just try to deal with them as you would anyone else. Kind of feel your way and just see how it goes.
Hello, sir. Have you called us?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right to come in?
Yeah.
Yeah? How are we doing, Alan? What's the matter today, bud?
I'm an alcoholic.
Okay.
And I can't stop drinking. I've come to the point where suicide is the option.
Right. Alan, you're okay, mate. We're not going to let anything happen, all right? Just want you to...
Listen.
Alan,
calm down, sir.
Just take a breath, mate. Slow down a little bit.
Nice
Okay?
deep breaths, Alan.
We're not going to deal with everything all in one go. Let's just take it nice and steady.
Deep breaths.
And we're falling off the wagon, mate. There's no shame in that, is there?
Can't stop.
Alan,
I'm frightened of dying.
you're not going to die, mate. And you can stop because you've done it before, haven't you? But you've had a bit of a lapse.
I can't seem to muster the strength of mind.
Okay.
I can't seem to muster the strength of mind.
I always try and think this when we're dealing with patients like Alan, when they were a young child at 4 or 5 and someone has said to them, what do you want to be when you grow up? They're never going to have decided to be, a hopeless alcoholic in a flat, crying out for help and phoning an ambulance because they feared they might kill themselves. No one's ever going to want to be that, but by misfortune, that's where they've ended up, and you give them the help that you can at the time. And if that's simply just talking to someone and listening to and trying to be compassionate, maybe that will be all they need on that day.
I ain't joking, right? I'm gonna kill myself, I promise you.
Well, I don't want you to promise me that, Alan, but you've said it yourself, mate. It's black and white. If you stay at the hospital, we're going to get you some help.
There ain't no other option.
So there you go, mate. You need to tough it out and just wait.
It's not what would come under the bracket of a 999 job, and I certainly don't think you'd find long-term alcoholic patients the reason anyone signed up to the ambulance service to treat those people.
Alan stayed in hospital and received help for his alcoholism and depression.
All right. Alan, nice and steady with that breathing.
The safety net that they offered me that day, you know, was a life-changing thing, really. You know, things are good. Things are looking brighter, so why not be happy, eh? So, yeah.
We're an emergency social service now. Some incidents I've gone to and I think, well, what would this person have done? If they couldn't have rung us and we didn't go, who would they have turned to? We've helped them, we've made a difference to them, they've been nice to us, and you can come away thinking, well, yeah, that's topped my happy batteries up.
Every now and again, yeah, after a busy Saturday late shift or whatever, I'll sit there and have a beer and just maybe think that, you know, life ain't too bad.
I think it's the mark of a civilised society that we look after those that are, if you like, the weakest, or those that are in need, and be it the health service or the welfare state or whatever, should be there to look after people. I think it's a great thing that we have in this country, and it's something that we should be proud of.
It feels like, it probably isn't, but it feels like we are this like last-ditch attempt at saving the nation from what it's becoming.
After all the shit, still
After all the shit, yeah. It's absolutely 100% worth it.